Hey guys, Steve Welch here with Beaman Toyota in Nashville in the middle of June, just shy of 100 degrees here. Out here for you guys because you guys have asked me to do another market review and talk about exactly where the market is when it comes to available vehicles, whether it's new, whether it's used. So and this is just my opinions, personal opinions here on what I'm seeing, what I think when it comes to the overall market. So now most of your domestic, your GM, your Fords, Chryslers, they seem to have no inventory issues anymore. It seems like Toyota and Honda are still lagging behind. Toyota is probably the one with the least inventory based off of all the metrics that I see out of any really of the manufacturers. And it's coming up, it's just coming up slower than the rest. And I think it's because Toyota just will not settle for anything that is not the best, right, when it comes to quality and stuff like that. So that's something there. So what do we got? What can you get? Well, I'm going to show you. So got a couple 4Runners, have a Southwest back here, but got a couple 4Runners that are on the ground, a couple of Highlanders. So the 4Runner is Southwest. That'll happen again, by the way. Anyway, so the 4Runners, obviously they're changing the 4Runners in 2025. So since they're changing the 4Runners in 2025, there is going to be a bunch of people that will wait and a bunch of people that will just clamor to get the current body before the old body goes away, right? So the old body's been around since 2011. So obviously we're going to be changing that to something that is totally awesome, right? I'll show you a picture of that there on the screen too. But that is what is coming. So the 4Runners that are coming now, I'm guessing they'll probably get those built out till maybe August, September, and then the factory will shut down, retool, and the new ones will come out. So Southwest again, like I said, I saw that in a premonition. Anyway, so once they shut down the factory, that'll be the end of the 4Runners. So if you want one of the last 4.0s, it's time to get off the couch and definitely figure on doing that here pretty quick, right? So that being said, you saw a couple Highlanders here. Gas Highlanders are a little bit easier to get than the hybrids are, but they are a little bit easier than what they were before, right? Now this right here, this is a BZ4X, that's your all electric. Realistically speaking, if you want one of those, you could probably get one. We have one on the ground, but there's usually more out there, and if you really want one, I know I can get you one. The Crown, right? So we have several Toyota Crowns that are actually on the ground right now. So what's the big deal on the Crown? The Crown took the place of the Avalon. So the Avalon was a great vehicle, just luxurious, and the Crown is more than that, right? The Crown it's a little bit taller, which I have a Camry beside here. You can see that the Crown's a little bit taller, easier to get in and out of. So if you look at the Crown, the clearance on the bottom actually is going to help somebody that needs that taller car to be able to get in or get out, of course. It gives you that SUV feel without being too big of a vehicle, but we've got several of those, right? The new 2025 Toyota Camrys, right? I've got a couple of those here right now, got more coming in. They're ramping up production on those pretty good, so we should be getting some more of those here without fail. So another core product of Toyota is the Corolla. We have several of those that are coming in, a couple of them on the ground, more that are coming in, and we have more than this actually. A lot of them are coming in, still have names on them. So there are some vehicles, like I said, that are still landing predominantly with names on them. So it's you know, you can obviously call dealerships and check out if they have something or not, but usually your trucks, your Tacomas, that can go either way. The Tundras, chances are they're probably available if you see them on a website. Camrys could go either way at this point. Corollas could go either way. RAV4s, call the dealership, I would say, because there's some RAV4s on the ground. I'm going to show you that here in just a minute, though. Do have a Venza here. That's going to be the last year of the Venza. Corolla Cross. I've actually got two Corolla Crosses on the ground. Both those are available. A couple more that came in that were actually pre-sold. So, like I said, that one could go either way for what you got there. Now we also have the RAV4s. Like I said, here's a a limited hybrid. Here's a Woodland edition, right? So we've got those. There's a limited. So whatever trim level you're looking for in a RAV4, I could probably get you. Those are hybrid and non-hybrids. So it seems like that those are becoming more and more available as we go here, right? Like I said, Tacomas. We have some Tacomas that are available. That's one of the ones that seems to have a little bit more available right now than like a Camry or like a Highlander, something like that. So what about Tundras, right? Well, we got the hookup here on Tundras. So I've got several Tundras that are on the ground now. Obviously, you guys know I have a Tundra. I love my Tundra. But if you're looking for a Tundra, we're good there. So what about something like a Prius? No. Those are all landing pre-sold right now. So that's something there. What about a Sienna minivan? Well, you can find some of them used, but most of those are still coming in as, safe for people, pre-sold. It's very rare that one comes available. If it does, it's pretty well snatched up right away. So that's where those are. Land Cruisers, for the most part, Land Cruisers haven't really even started landing yet. You see, I've done a couple of videos on them, but those have they're kind of in a hold status right now while they get the inventory up to where they want it, I guess, and they're sending those out when they're ready. So I know a couple have landed, but that's so few and far between that as far as anybody should be concerned, just consider the Land Cruiser is not yet at the dealerships yet. Something else they've also announced is the Crown Insignia. All right, the Crown Insignia is a really interesting car. Going to be probably a little bit bigger than the RAV4, maybe a little bit shorter off the top. I'd have to look at the specs to be exact, but that's going to hit a very particular segment, very close to what the Venza hits. For what people that, if you like a Venza, you're likely going to like the Insignia, and it's probably going to give you a little bit more than even what the Venza did, right? So that's just something there. The Grand Highlanders, right? So Grand Highlanders, you'll get a few of those that are on the ground. They're more few and far between. Like I said, hybrids are definitely harder to get than anything else when it comes to the Grand Highlander. It just is, right? But you're starting to see some XLEs that would land without names on them, stuff like that. So those are starting to get caught up, it seems, a little bit too, with the exception of the hybrids currently. But I think Toyota's getting that up to speed pretty quick. The Sequoias, I mean, the Sequoias, we're one of the largest dealerships that in this area, obviously, for sure, but one of the largest dealerships in the country, and we're getting 3 or 4 Sequoias a month, maybe, that would land. So your average dealership's not going to have any Sequoias right now. I'm not sure why, but they're still few and far between on the Sequoias. So what about used cars? Well, we have plenty of used cars, probably a couple hundred or so. We've got pretty much what you need, more coming in, of course. We've got hundreds of new cars that are allocated to us or in freight status that aren't actually on the ground yet. A lot of those are available pretty much until they get here, and then they become less available, meaning not available. But that being said, there's a lot of options right now if you're looking for a car. Now, the next thing that people will ask, Southwest? Yeah. See, I should have put money on it. But a lot of people are asking, okay, so what about deals? All right, so and the deals are there too. So when I say the deals are there, so Toyota has started to come out with some special rates, things like that. Those are all regional, so I'm not going to go over what they are because it could be different in your region. They've come out with some rebates on some cars, so just depending on the vehicle, there could be a rebate. There's a couple of them that had a financing rebate, to where if you finance with Toyota, that Toyota Financial would pay you back some. So they're starting to come out with a couple of those. I expect as we get closer to the end of the summer, that could be a bigger thing. Just depends on what the rest of the inventory does. Toyota, as compared to last year, night and day, right? We actually have vehicles on the ground that we could show you, you could test drive, things like that. Now, I will mention that other dealerships in this area, they're not really discounting their cars. We're actually discounting some cars just because we want the business, right? So if you're you know, anywhere in the Nashville area and you're getting ready to pay over MSRP and you're getting ready to pay full sticker on some cars, give us a shot before you do that. Reach out to me at buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. Tell me what you're looking for. I can probably save you some money. So let's not just assume that you've got to pay exactly what everybody else is trying to charge. Give me a shot. You might be actually, you will be impressed. Let's just have some confidence there. So I've done a lot of these market updates. I've been trying to take care of you guys when you've had questions, trying to figure out exactly when you should buy a car, if it's the right time for you, and everybody answers that question differently. So where's the overall market at overall? So I'm going to talk about just Toyota because obviously that's the realm I'm in. So with Toyota, there's still an inventory shortage. It just is, right? So the prices are still high. There's still 3-4 years of underproduction on the amount of vehicles that Toyota should have built that they didn't. That being said, the inventories are coming back. Used cars are coming back to the market as we get more new cars. So more Southwest, of course. So you're getting better pricing on the used cars. You're getting better pricing on the new cars for the most part. There are less and less dealerships that are using the market adjustments and marking over MSRP. Does not mean there are zero, because there are several, but it's less. It's coming down, right? So I think we're getting to the point now that things are going to start to normalize here. You go back to some of my old market adjustment videos and some of my old market update videos, like back when we were in our other location. We've been here, it was a year March, this is June, so we're a year and 3 months out. And a lot of the stuff that I did when we were still on the other lot, I said, look, I think we're 2 years out before we're having a market or a market normalization to where we're going to feel a little bit more normal, and that used cars were going to take a little bit longer. I still think I was right then, but I think that we're getting to where you're going to see the new car market's going to start to normalize a little bit more. We're already there in a lot of cases. Prices are still held a little bit higher, oddly enough. Southwest prices are still held a little bit higher, obviously because of the manufacturers not helping a ton. When it comes to rebates, things like that. Interest rates are still higher, of course, that everybody knows that. But there's still not the inventory that we would normally want to have. Tundras, I think we have somewhere around 30 or 40 of them. We should have probably somewhere around 60. Tacomas, we should probably have somewhere around 80. I think we probably have, 10, maybe 15, somewhere around in there. Camrys, we should have somewhere around 100, and I think we have like 5. More coming in, of course. You can kind of see some of that. 4Runners, we should probably have around 20. Along with Siennas, we should probably have around 20. We've got more 4Runners than Siennas because Siennas are at 0. But 4Runners, we've got 5-6 of them, more on the way. So if we're as big as we are, and that's our inventory, and that's the percentage of what we should have. So if you consider somebody that should have 20 Tundras, they might have 5. Or somebody that should have 15 Camrys, they might have 3. They might have 2. They might have none at this point, right? Those types of things are true. Now, what their used car inventory would be, oh heck, I don't know. It depends on what they would be willing to buy, knowing that the market right now is a lot of up and down. What's your trade value? Find out the day you trade in your car. And it's really that easy, right? Because the day before, it could be a different price than it is tomorrow, right? So they're jumping up and down sometimes daily. There's a lot of tools out there that you can try to get an idea. You don't know what you're going to get for your trade, just kind of being honest with you. So if you're trading in a car, you're probably still up there in value just because the trade market is still high. The used car market is still high. Things are coming down, so you may want to trade it earlier than later. Just saying. But realistically speaking, if you trade it now and then the price of the car that you're buying is a little higher and it goes down by say $1,000 over the next couple of months, but you lost $1,000 in trade value, realistically you really didn't lose anything. You're in the same spot. So I think that everything's going to kind of go hand in hand now, that if you have a lower trade value, you're going to have a lower purchase price. I just think that's going to kind of be what happens going forward. So you guys tell me what you think, but that's kind of where I'm at. But that being said, that's just kind of the market update for what we've got here now. We've got plenty of certified cars, plenty of used cars. So whatever your budget is, we can really find it. I mean, I've seen some cars we have on our dealership lot here that are as low as like $8,500, you know, $7,000. I've seen those on a few, just to kind of get those budget cars to help people that might not think that a dealership can help them out. We can definitely help you there too. But we're wheeling and dealing. We have the inventory, other people don't. So they can get mad at us if they want to, but we're going to keep on selling cars, keep on taking care of our customers, and we're going to do things the right way. So that's definitely a pledge to you guys. But reach out to me, buy a Toyota Nashville at yahoo.com, buy a Toyota Nashville at yahoo.com, and I'm going to take care of you guys, and I'm going to show you some options. So Steve Welch with Beeman Toyota in Nashville. You guys have a great day, and I'm going to talk to you soon.